Hello again. Eurovision is over. Again, I reiterate, Eurovision is done. It came and went, and it was despite everything, it was a lot of fun. Again, despite everything. Now, this is not another reaction to a Eurovision thing. I'm not going to be doing those for a while because those always kill me every year. I try to do a reaction to every single Eurovision song. In this case, however, I'm going to be ranking every single Eurovision song from 2025. I'm not going to go over the entire history of Eurovision and rank all like 1600 songs or whatever. Although that does sound like an idea. Let's put a pin in that. Maybe next year for Eurovision's 70th anniversary, I'm going to do that and do that for every Eurovision year. But this year, I'm just going for 2025, and I am going to be honest, it has been a little underwhelming as far as the Eurovision goes. I mean, last year, like, no complaints. Almost all the songs were complete bangers. I loved almost all of them. This year, not so much. I mean, there were a few hits. I liked maybe 4 or 5 of the songs that were in Eurovision this year, and I didn't hate any of the rest, but like some of them were really boring and a chore to listen to every time I had to re-listen to all of them in the playlist or watching the live Eurovision thing. It was exhausting at times, and it's going to reflect in my rankings. And of course, let me just bring up the tier list right now so I can do the reaction, the rankings properly. Wow, you can barely see me in that, can you? Let's try to search for a. Now you can barely see the chart. Forgotten how I used to do this all the way back. Well, you know what? I'm not really seeing a better way to do this right now than just to do it like this. I think the square is slightly bigger here. So yeah, I'm a tiny man in the Eurovision sphere, apparently. So yeah, these are all 37 songs from this year, and I'm going to be ranking them based on my own points, which is completely different from how the Eurovision does it, by the way. My point ranking are 12 points, 10 points, 8 points, and 0 points. Okay, I lied. It's exactly like the Eurovision does it. But yeah, well, I'm not going to go through the whole 1 through 8 points thing. I'm just going to slightly simplify this a little bit. This is how I've been doing it for the past 2 years. Now, obviously, only one song will be in the 12 points tier. The rest will be, which is, of course, the A tier. The rest will of course, be in the A, B, and F tier, which is, of course, the 10 points, the 8 points, and the 0 points, which, unfortunately, I think this year a lot will be in the 8 and 0 points, as opposed to last year, where most of them were in the 10. Now then, I will, of course, be counting not just the music videos that the artists have put out. Those of them who have had music videos. Of course, obviously, I'm going to be ranking the song. I mean, naturally, and I'm also going to be ranking the live stage performance at Eurovision itself. Let me see if I can slightly edit this thing to make myself look a little bit bigger. Hold on. Oop. Sorry. Live TV, folks. Live TV. And let's try to make the. Well, I guess I can't make this any bigger. So, I suppose we'll have to go with this for now. Maybe for next time I'll try to do better. But this is where we are right now. So yeah, and obviously, unlike the Eurovision voting, I will be keeping politics out of it. I will just be ranking these songs for the music aspect and for the performance aspect of it. And I just wanted to let you all know that this is the tier list that was made by the tier ranking. Sorry, by tier maker, the website. I did not do this myself, and therefore you got this in this weird order that they have right now, which usually they do it alphabetically. this year, I have no idea what the hell happened here. So we're going to go all over the place. But I mean, this is the order that the website chose. This is the one I'm going with. And of course, we are going to be starting with España, Spain, with Melody Esa Diva, the name of the song. I loved this song. I loved it the first time I saw it, and it really grew on me the more I watched it and more listened to it. It was my number one for a while. Slightly went down my list the more I listened to some of the other songs, but it's still very, very, very high up on my list. And I can't tell you how shocked I was at how little points this song got. Not just from the jury, but I mean from the televotes, from the public vote. 10 points from the public votes for this? You're crazy. Don't be crazy. So, yeah, I have no idea what the hell happened there with the points. Obviously, I mean, with Spain being one of the big five, the big contributors, this kind of discourages people from voting for them. I mean, come on. This song is great. I loved it. And naturally, it's going to go my number one because it's the only one on the list right now. And it's one of my favorites, so it goes in the 10 points. Easily. And I think... I don't want to give it away, but I think it might stay at the very top, or at the very least, it might be it might go down to number 2. But next up, we have Italia, Volero es un duro. I believe I said that correctly. I apologize if I didn't, but I mean, this song's all right. It's okay. I get what he was going for. I liked the music aspect. And by the way, these are, I don't know if they're the images I'm showing on screen will be the official artwork for the songs or the albums. Some of these definitely aren't, but this is what I found on Wikipedia, so bear with me. The live stage performance, I think, was an interesting live stage performance. The music video, I think, was way more creative and interesting, and it really does tell a full story as opposed to the live stage performance. So I think I'd give him points for the music video, but not so much for the live stage thing. The costume was really creative, but overall, there really isn't that much I can say about this song. So it's going into my 8 points because I didn't love it. I liked it. I didn't love it. This was what I'm going to say. And, well, speaking of Italy, tutta l'Italia, tutta l'Italia, tutta l'Italia. I apologize. I will be singing for some of these because I loved some of these songs so much. This to me is the biggest disappointment from Eurovision this year because it ended up last. I loved this song. This, by the way, I suppose I probably should have said it. This is the San Marino song. This is not the Italian song. We already covered the Italian song. This is San Marino with Gabri Ponte. I realized I forgot to mention the name of the artist for Italy, but I don't actually remember his name at the moment. I apologize. But yeah, Gabri Ponte, the creative mastermind behind I'm blue, da ba dee da ba da da ba dee da. He came back with this club banger, and it got basically no points. I mean, it got a few points from the juries, like 20 something points from the rest of from the televotes. It was embarrassing. It was painful to watch the points going to San Marino. And by the way, I did a live reaction to the points being given, and like the disappointment on my face was very, very noticeable, I think. Hold on. Let me see if this is any better. Oops. Yeah, I suppose for now we're going to go with this cuz actually maybe I'll just alternate between these two. But yeah, overall, like I said, It was one of my favorites and easily by far the biggest Eurovision disappointment of the year for me. Because of how much I love the song, I love the live stage performance, I love the music video, and it's frustrating that they got as little points as they did. So, yeah. Well, they're still winners in my opinion. Now, do I put this above Spain or below Spain? Um, you know what? I think Spain had the better song, but San Marino is one I've listened to even more because of how much I loved it and because of how fun it was. So for now, maybe it'll be different by the time I reach the end, but for now I think I'm gonna put San Marino above Spain at the moment. Speaking of club bangers, hold on, let me go back to this layout. Speaking of club bangers, I apologize, I do not know Icelandic. I am sorry, but yeah, Iceland. Yaya Ding Dong back again, and I love the song. I really did. I really did enjoy the song. Now, I realize that there's some controversy with it, resembling an Israeli song from a few years ago, and people calling it a ripoff. I don't know what these people are smoking. I literally had to listen to both songs simultaneously to compare them. I mean, yeah, sure, the main chorus sounds very similar. I'll give them that. If you listen to the entirety of the songs and compare them side by side, they are not the same song. It's not a ripoff. It happens sometimes with music. It just happens. What can I tell you? But yeah, Roa, I believe is the name of the song by the band called Vibe. Again, Icelandic just goes completely over my head. I do not. I envy the people who can speak Icelandic fluently because it is one of the most complicated languages of all time. You see, like a text in Icelandic, you have no idea if it's uh, a ritual to summon the devil or a shopping list. Like it's incredible. Some of the letters and some of the pronunciations, it's like completely over my head. I apologize, but that's just the way I see the Icelandic language. Uh, but where do I put this on the chart on the tier list? It's definitely in my 10 points, but it's not. I don't think it's going to end up in my top five, considering what we've got coming up next. So for now, yeah, I'm definitely going to put this below Spain. I definitely like the Spanish song and the San Marino song a lot better, but I still really did enjoy the Icelandic song. Uh, Iceland typically has really good songs that hardly ever get noticed. Case in point, it ended up at the bottom and it got 0 points from the jury. So yeah, it's not completely at the bottom, and they were second to last. So clearly, not a lot of love towards the Icelandic song music industry in Eurovision. Anyway, moving on to Poison Cake from Croatia. Croatia, I think I'm sticking to it. It's the country that should have won last year, and I love that they brought up Baby Lasagna and Karia at the finale. That was a moment right there. Like I think, other than the final results, I think that was one of the moments that really stole the show last night. Other than the regular songs, the competing songs, the rest of the night was kind of a drag, minus that one moment of Kari and Baby Lasagna together. And this year, for some reason, they decided to go in a completely different direction from last year with Poison Cake. It's fine. It's okay. I didn't hate the song. I liked it at points, but overall, doesn't really move the needle in any direction for me. Let me just switch back to the other layout. It doesn't really do much for me. I think I put this below the Italian song, but I mean, yeah, I mean, it definitely has its audience. It's definitely a genre that has its fans. I am not one of them. But I mean, the song didn't make it into the finals and the finale, so you know, it is what it is. Another song that didn't make it into finale, and I'm actually a bit surprised that it didn't, is Ireland with "Like a Party" by Emmy. I love that they just have the name of the artists on the thing. Saves me the time of having to actually remember what their names were. I apologize again for the Croatian people who I forgot to name the name of the artist, but like, not gonna lie, I liked this song. I like this song a lot. I thought it was one of the dumbest decisions at all this year. Like, the Ireland song has clearly what is clearly a singer born in the 2000s singing a 90s song about an iconic event from the 60s in Russia. Enough said. I don't know what else to say. Again, one of the dumbest decisions ever, but I like the song. I like the song a lot. It was a lot of fun. As ridiculous and stupid as it is, it was enjoyable. And you know what? Sometimes those ridiculous, stupid songs are what make the Eurovision what it is. And where do I put this on the tier list? I think it's either right at the top of the 8 points or at the bottom of the 10 points. I definitely liked it less than the Finland song. Did I say Finland? Iceland than the Iceland song. Oh, too many lands in the Eurovision. Iceland, Ireland, Finland, Newfoundland, whatever. Yeah, it's definitely going below Iceland, but it's still in my 10 points because I still really enjoyed the song. I really, really liked it, and I'm sad that it didn't make it to the finals. Honestly, there are a few countries I would have gladly seen not reach the finals to get Ireland into the final, because I don't think some of these countries deserve to be in the finals. Definitely not over Iceland or some of the other countries that didn't make it into the finals. And unfortunately, I apologize, but one of those countries is Latvia. Burman Laimi. I apologize if I'm saying it incorrectly. And I have the name of the band in front of me. I'm not even going to try to pronounce the name of the band. I apologize. It is difficult for me. I have really, really struggled with a lot of the names of the songs and a lot of the names of the bands and the artists this year at Eurovision. So, apologies. But yeah, every time I talked about this song and this musical group, I just referred to them as the fairies because that's kind of what they reminded me of. They look like nature spirits, wood nymphs, whatever you want to call them. And I think that was intentional. I think that was what they were going for with the performance. It's a cute song. I do not understand why it made it into the finale and to the grand final, especially over Ireland. Although, yeah, they were actually in the same semifinal. So I don't understand why this one made it into the final and the finale, but Ireland didn't. And that's just my point of view. I mean, that's how I view the songs. That's my personal opinion. I mean, the performance on the live stage was really good. I mean, they really pulled out all the stops there. I just don't think the song was that good. Uh, but yeah, but I didn't hate the song. It's definitely not one of those songs that I skipped when listening to it in the playlist. So this it isn't going to be in my 0 points, but it's definitely going into the bottom of the 8 points for me, below Croatia. Actually, maybe I can switch these up. Clearly, the computer doesn't want me to do it. Uh, Nah, I think I'm fine with leaving it below Croatia. I apologize for Well, any Latvians seeing this, by the way, I forgot to change up the layout. Whatever, and I'm not doing this. Yeah, it's just one of those songs for me, I guess. Uh, Norsk, Norway, Norway, Norway. I'll be my own lighter. Yeah, so lighter by Kyle Alessandro. Yep, there's his name right there on the cover or the whatever the album or the single. It's nice. I mean, it was a fun song. It was enjoyable. I liked it. Not one of the songs I gravitated to the most. Not one of the songs I rushed to rewatch or re-listen to. I liked the performance on the live stage. I mean, can we just talk about the guy that was breakdancing right next to those flames? Like one wrong move, and yeah, the guy's lives would have been changed forever. So good on him for doing that. But I mean, as far as the song goes, it's not in my 10 points range. It's my 8 points, but for now, I think it's at the top of the 8 points because I really did enjoy the song. I thought the song was catchy and I liked the performance. The music video was, whatever, but the live stage performance at Eurovision was really good, and that's really what gives it the edge above some of the other songs in the 8 points range. Now, Theo Evan from Cyprus with the song Hush or Shh. I'm still a bit confused over how he's supposed to say it, but I mean, he does say hush in the song. Yeah, whatever. So, it was one of the most more confusing songs to me. I didn't really get it. Didn't get what he was going for until the turquoise carpet thing where he was asked about this, and he said that this song is all about the Vitruvian man, the Vitruvius man. However, the guy from the Da Vinci artwork with the hands and the legs. You know the one I'm talking about, and it was very apparent in the live stage performance. Not so much in the music video, but after he said that it was about the Vitruvian man, the performance made more sense to me, or rather, the song and the lyrics made more sense to me. But I mean, I think the fact that he had to point it out for people to get it, I think that says a lot. Overall, the song, not the best, not one of my favorites. I think it's better than Latvia, and it might actually be a slightly better than Croatia, in my opinion. Uh, Again, forgot to switch the layouts. I don't know what I'm doing here. But yeah, moving on to Belgium, the song Strobe Lights by Red Sebastian. I mean, I watched a couple more videos with this guy explaining his inspiration for the song and whatnot, and his appearance and all that. Yeah, it's nice. It's fine. The song's not my favorite. I mean, again, just like with the Croatian song, it is definitely a genre that has its fans, which I do not happen to be one of them, I suppose, because I didn't gravitate to this song too much. Not the live stage performance and not the music video. I will say the guy's commitment to the act is commendable. I love it. Keep doing what you're doing, Mr. Red Sebastian, but I'm sorry, I didn't like the song as much as most people did. Most people had it definitely going into the finale, and it didn't, which was one of the bigger shocks uh, for the night. I definitely thought he was going to be in the finale, and he wasn't, which is weird. Again, there are other countries from the first semifinal that I think would have fitted well in the finale over some others that did make it. And I definitely think Belgium deserved to be in the finale. I don't think they should have won, but I think they should have been in the finale. I'm gonna put this below. No. I think I slightly liked it better than Croatia. I apologize that I keep banging on Croatia for some reason, but I mean that's just my thoughts. That's how I feel. And moving on to the next one with Albania, a song called Zierm. I apologize that I mispronounced it in my reaction video, and I apologize if I mispronounced it now. Um, uh, if it's all the same to you, I'm going to refrain from naming the name of the artist because um, I'm sorry. I just can't. I just can't. I apologize. I can't. It was already hard enough for me to say Zier, but I mean, I liked her outfit on the turquoise carpet. That seemed really nice. Um, sometimes we joke about she just put on a carpet and left the house, and in that moment it didn't look like she was wearing a carpet. It looked like she was literally wearing the entire carpet uh, store, which isn't a bad thing because carpets are beautiful. So carpets could look very nice, but I mean, whatever the hell she was wearing, I was into it. The song, it's all right. It's all right. Great. I like the performance on the live stage. One of my favorite moments of the grand finale night was when she got like 170 something points from from the public votes, and it took a while for it to register for her. She didn't realize how many points she got at first. Like you see it on her face. She was like, "Yeah, okay, point," and then she just rises up and like is in shock, and then she practically faints back to her chair. So yeah, love it. I love that she got those points. Not for me. Not for me. I apologize. I did say a lot of the songs were mediocre this year. A lot of them. I really loved very few of them. Still somehow better than Latvia. But yeah, this one I cannot openly say that I liked better than Croatia. So that's where it goes on the chart there. Next up, we have Deutschland. If you didn't catch the reference, that's a you problem. I'll give you a little bit of a hint. But yeah, so Germany, one of the least favorite songs for people this year. I don't know why. I liked it. It was fine. I enjoyed it for what it was. And it was one of those songs where I enjoyed going back to and re-listening to it. So I don't get the hate for the German song this year. Again, Germany being one of the big five that typically um, gets crapped on, for lack of a better word, by people. But you know what? I'm gonna put Germany, the song "Bola." I hope I said that correctly, by Aborentina. I'm gonna put it at the top of the 8 points for now. I like it slightly better than Norway. Let's put it that way. So yeah, back to the layout. I'm getting better at this. Next up is Dobrodošli, a song from Montenegro by oh boy, Nina Zisic. Zisic. See, this is why I don't like to name the artists because I get them wrong all the time. The song was whatever. I mean, I rewatched it. I re-listened to it a couple of times. I believe it didn't make it into the finale. I can see why. I apologize if you like the song. I didn't. It wasn't for me. It is the first of the 0 points for me, but it's not one of my least favorite songs. It's definitely going to be high up on the final tier, but it's not. It's I think it deserves to be there in my opinion. In my opinion, Zifferblatt from Ukraine with the song "Bird of Prey." Yeah, that's another song I don't understand why it was in the finale. I don't think they deserve to be in the finale. I don't think it should have been. Definitely over some other songs that didn't make the cut. I don't want to seem insensitive to the situation in Ukraine. I understand what they're going through. Truly, I do. But if we're just talking about the song, not external stuff happening beside the song in the country, I don't think the song was good. In fact, I don't even think it should have qualified for the finale. So yeah, it's gonna be in my 0 points range. And you know what? It's gonna be even lower than Montenegro. I At least Montenegro had interesting costumes. I did not like the costumes for the Ukrainian song either. So yeah, apologies for any Ukrainians maybe watching this. Trust me, I get what you're going through clearly, but if we're just talking music here, I I didn't like the song. I apologize. And speaking of 0 points, a song that somehow got 0 points from the televotes, Voyage by Zoeme from Switzerland, the host country this year, the country that won last year. I mean, I didn't love the song. It's not one of my favorites, but 0 points? 0 points from the audience? Really? Like, the juries clearly were all over this song, but I don't think this song deserved to get 0 points. I'm sorry. I don't know what happened there. I don't think it should have. It wasn't a top 5 song for me. Might not have even been a top 10 for me, but I think 0 points was way off. I don't think they really deserved it. And you know what? Because I mostly enjoyed listening to this song on replay, I'm going to put it in the 8 points, and I'm going to put them above Latvia. Uh, for me personally. Okay, here we go. Now the song we've all been waiting for. This is why you clicked on the video for, isn't it? New Day Will Rise from Israel by Yuval Raphael. And yes, Israel is part of Eurovision for some reason that I still, 50 years on, have not been able to figure out why. I am not 50 years old, by the way. I'm just saying Israel's been in Eurovision for like 50 years, 50 plus years or so. But like, yeah, so this song's definitely not political or controversial in any way. And you know what? Even though it is the song that my country chose to represent in Eurovision this year, it's not my number one. I'm sorry. I said this on my reaction video. I don't think it's a winning song, which is weird to me because a lot of the people gushed about this song. People were saying it's the best song in the year, one of the best songs of all time. To me, it's aggressively mediocre. And I think the main reason the song works actually is this lovely lady right here. And by the way, this is actually the cover. I don't think there's an official cover for the song, so this is the only one I could find. But like Yuval Raphael nailed it. She knocked the song out of the park. She's the reason why this song works. Like a song like last year, Hurricane, that is a great song. A great song that like it was elevated for sure by having Eden Golan sing it, but like it is such a good song that that elevates even a schlock like me who casually sings it in the shower uh, can hit the greatness of that song. This song was like so middle of the road that if it was sung by anyone other than Yuval Raphael, I don't think the song would have made it into the finals. She's the reason the song made it into the finals, in my opinion, because she's great. She's an amazing talent. She's a great singer. And that's not even talking about the backstory of the singer and everything she had to go through just to get to the Eurovision live stage. Like, she's amazing. She's incredible. And she took what is, in my opinion, a very meh song and made it almost a great song because of her performance and because of her vocal talent. And because of that, switching back into the favorite uh, layout, it is going to be in my 10 points. I'm going to say it right now. It is not going to be my number one. Like last few years, I did rank the Israeli song at number one both times. Mostly because I really love the song, but also because, I am Israeli. What do you expect me to do? But this year, though, I do not think that this song should be at the top, but I will rank it close to the top. Seriously. Like, I definitely think it was better than Iceland, even though Iceland had a more fun song. But personally, I honestly think the Spanish song was better. And this isn't me comparing melody to Yuval Rafael. I'm just saying the song was better. And I mean, again, if Yuval Rafael wasn't singing the song would be here. But because it's her, she's up there. So there. Come at me in the comments if you wish. I just explained why. I just explained my reasoning. So you can disagree with me all you like. Just be civil in the comments. Napa from Portugal. And yes, this is the cover. This is the cover I found in Wikipedia. I have no idea what this is supposed to mean or why was even chosen to represent the song. But yeah, the song Deslocado by the Portuguese band Napa is by far one of the most boring songs I've heard this year. Like, I mean, I tried to give it the benefit of the doubt when I listened to it on my reaction video, but I mean, it was just. It bored me to sleep every time. Like, literally, I re-listened to all these songs on a playlist, and just. This thing literally made me fall asleep. To say nothing about this song, which I didn't even hear one of the times I listened to it because I was so fast asleep that even this song didn't wake me up. Which is telling. It says a lot, but like I honestly like again, no shade in Portugal, no shade on Napa the band, but or anyone who liked the song. I didn't. This is clearly one of those songs that I have no idea how or why it made it into the final. And I believe it was in the same semifinal as Belgium. Like, how did this song made it into the finals and this song didn't? I explain yourself, Eurovision. Uh, so yeah, if you couldn't already tell, this is clearly one of my 0 points. I think should I put this below Ukraine because it bored me to sleep, or should I put it above Ukraine because at least Ukraine didn't wake me up from sleep? Actually, because it didn't wake me up, I think it was kinder to me, so I'm going to put it above the Portuguese song. All right, and now Sverige, Sweden. Vi ska bara bastu, under upp och sveppa stressida. This is my favorite song of the year. This is my absolute favorite song. Bara bara bastu by Kai. Yes, I'm saying it correctly because I called him Kaj for some reason on my reaction video. I apologize for that. Apologies. But, like, I don't really think I need to explain myself too much here. This goes straight up to the number one. This is my 12 points. This is by far my favorite song of the year. At like period, end of sentence. Like, we can stop the recording now, and we'll be all the better for it. But like, it's the best song in my opinion for this year. I thought for sure they were going to win. They thought for sure they were going to win somehow. And yet, someone needs to explain this to me. One of the juries gave them 12 points. I can't even remember which one it was. I think it may have been Norway. But, like, how could Austria and Switzerland and some of these countries got so many of the 12 points? I think Italy got more 12 points, but, like, This song only got the 12 points once. Even Greece got more 12 pointers. And yes, I mean they did rack up a bunch of points overall, but like the the televoting didn't really. I mean, they got a lot of points from the televoting, from the public votes, but enough to put them in fourth place, I think, and that's about it. I would not have predicted a fourth place for this song. One thing I can say that goes against them is the fact that their live stage performance was pretty much the same as their music video. They didn't do anything too different, which is fine. I mean, I guess, I mean, it's the prerogative to do so, but I think it would have helped if the live stage performance was a bit more exciting. But yeah, this is easily my number one. And we're going to move on to Adonis from Czechia, the Czech Republic, whichever we want to call it, with the song "Kiss Kiss Goodbye," a song that completely went over my head in my reaction because I was so focused on what was happening in the music video that I didn't pay attention to the song. And I said this in my reaction video. But after having re-listened to the song, and just listened to the music and the lyrics, and not watching it, I really like the song. I really, really like the song. I really enjoyed it. I don't know how I could have missed it the first time I watched it on the reaction video, but it was a really good song, and I'm really bummed out that it didn't make it into the finale. It's very unfortunate to me, but it's not. Sorry, unfortunately, it's not a 10 point for me. I liked it better than the German song, easily, but yeah, it's not good enough to crack my 10 points, the upper echelon of my points system. Now, I got a question to you. Do any of you remember Monday? Because what the hell just happened with this song? Sorry, it's my attempt at humor. The United Kingdom with "What the Hell Just Happened" by Remember Monday. I do not know what the hell just happened. Like, from the premise of the song, it could have gone in a very different way. It could have been a really, really fun song. I just think the execution was like way off. And it's nothing against the ladies. Clearly they know how to sing, and it looked like they were having a lot of fun in the music video and in the live stage performance. And they did say in the interviews that they poured a lot of their own personal experiences into this song, and it shows. But overall, I think the final product wasn't good enough for me personally. Now, do I think that they should have got 0 points this year, like last year's British song? Last year's British song, you can make an argument deserved 0 points, but not this song. And they did get some points from the jury. I think they got even a few 12 pointers, but 0 points from the audience. It was kind of predictable because nobody likes the United Kingdom, especially on Eurovision, but I think they deserved a lot more than what they got. Let's put it that way. And they ended up in 19th place, I think, or something like that. To me, for me, they're getting 8 points, but not by a whole lot. I think I rank them above Italy, but not as high as Norway because I actually enjoyed the Norwegian song a lot better. And look at me, I forgot to switch the layouts again. Oh boy. Now, the winning song for this year, Wasted Love by JJ from Austria. This song's not for me. I'm sorry. I apologize. It was not for me. Like, again, just like I mentioned with some of the other songs on this list, it definitely has its fans. I'll give them that. Clearly because it won. But I am not one of those fans. And I'm going to be brutally honest here. It was the worst song, in my opinion. I don't think it should have gotten to the finale. I don't think it should have won. I don't think it should have gotten all the points that it got. It was my least favorite song this year. Weird that my favorite song and my least favorite song, my least favorite song was Austria, who was the favorite to win, who won, and my favorite song was Sweden, which also was the favorite to win, which didn't win. But yeah, I do not like the. I mean, the guy's got a voice on him. I'll give him that. He's got range. I could never do what he did, least of all live. But I just think the song was melancholic and depressing and sad. And why the hell did the live stage performance was in black and white? That was even worse. And I mean, like, I'm sorry, I am not a musical expert, but like, you don't want to go under, so you let me go under. That is a rhyme. That is a line from the song that's supposed to be a rhyme. Who came up with that? Who thought of that? So yeah, I don't think it was a really good song. I do not think it should have won. I don't think it should have qualified for the finals. But it is what it is. The Eurovision does what the Eurovision does. And well, it's not getting any better anytime soon because Mila. Yeah, I believe his name is Prince or Prink. I mean, it says Prink, but I mean, I think it's supposed to say Prince. Mila, the Serbian song from Serbia. I got a lot of crap for this song for talking about this song, but I don't care because I'm saying my honest opinions. I did not like the song. Like again, the guy has a major voice on him, and I like hearing some of his backstory on the turquoise carpet, but the song's not for me. It doesn't even feel like a Eurovision song. It feels like a telenovela intro, like the opening song for a telenovela in Serbia, which is not a bad thing because telenovela songs are memorable. I just don't think it should have been Eurovision. Like it's not a Eurovision song for me, in my opinion. Like every time I listen to the song on the playlist, I just felt like going to visit my grandmother who watches a lot of telenovelas all day. Granted, she watches telenovelas in Turkish, not Serbian, but I mean, the way I listened to the song, it was interchangeable. So, speaking of changing things, let me change to the layout. And it's going to be in my 0 points, but I mean, it's at the top. At least I got some enjoyment out of this song, but not much. Yeah, it's still going in my 0 points. Moving on to Denmark with the song Hallucination by Sisal. And yes, this is the cover I found on Wikipedia. I don't think it's the cover, but it's what I have to work with at the moment. That being said, not a big fan of the song. I It's another one of those. I don't think it should have qualified for the finals, but it did. So we got to listen to it a bunch of times. But yeah, wasn't doing it for me. Wasn't doing it for me at all. Now, do I think it is a 0 points or a 10 points? Oh, sorry, an 8 points. I'm tempted to put it at the top of the 0 points or at the bottom of the 8 points. Yeah, you know what? It's my list. I'm gonna put it here. I'm sorry. I didn't like a lot of the songs this year. A lot of the songs were somewhere between mediocre to just playing bad for me this year. But a song that wasn't that was C'est la vie by Claude from the Netherlands. I still don't understand why the Dutch song was mostly in French. But I mean, hey, in my opinion, the best song in the French language this year was not from France. It was from Netherlands. I liked this song a lot. I really did enjoy listening to it and yeah, I mean that moment in the on the live stage where the guy finished his singing and just started crying at the end. Was like, it was heartbreaking for me to watch the guy, and it was even more heartbreaking when he basically got no points, not from the juries and not from the televotes. Like, it was disappointing to see him go that low on the list after all was said and done. But it is what it is. People voted the way they wanted to vote, and they didn't vote for him all that much. But he's still a winner in my heart. So as soon as I change back into the other layout, I am going to put him. Do I put him in my 10 points? I think so. I think so. Because of how much I enjoyed the song, but not enough to re-listen to it over and over and over again, like I did with some of these other songs. So it's slightly at the bottom here, but still made it all the way to the 10 points. The Milkshake Man from Australia, another country I have no idea why it's in the Eurovision, but yeah, Gojo from Australia, not to be confused with Austria, the winning song. Yeah, the Milkshake Man. This song is just so incredibly stupid that I do not understand how it didn't qualify for the finals. I like the song. I like it a lot. It is ridiculous. It is idiotic. It's fun. Why was it not in the finals? I don't understand. Like last year, the Australian song was one of my favorites, and it also didn't make it into the finals. I don't get why. Well, what's all the hate for Australia all of a sudden? And like the guy Gojo is a fun dude. I loved his live stage performance. I mean, I think his live stage performance on Eurovision was miles ahead of the music video. I loved it a lot, and I'm still really disappointed that he didn't make it into the finals. I don't get why. I mean, the guy seemed like a lot of fun. Like, by the way, for those of you who don't know, there's like a WhatsApp group between all the contestants, all the artists who are playing this year. That was his idea. I mean, he set it up for all the artists to contact each other and talk to each other on the WhatsApp group. Like, it's a really good dude. So I don't think she should have dropped out of the finale. Like, I don't get it. That being said, it's not as good as the Dutch song, so it's going into the 8 points, but it's going into the top of the 8 points for how much fun I had listening to it. Azerbaijanistan. Again, if you didn't get the reference, that's a you problem. But yeah, I loved this song. I love this a lot. I really had a lot of fun with it. It was one of my favorites this year. And it's another song I don't understand why it didn't make it in the finals. I wanted this song to be in the finals and it didn't qualify, which sucks. But that being said, some of the best songs were in the first semifinals, along with this. Like, I mean, in the first semifinal, you had like Sweden. You had what are some of the other songs that I've already mentioned? I mean, San Marino was in the first semifinal. Iceland was in the first semifinal. Like, so many of these other songs that were bangers and qualified. I mean, the Netherlands. I just talked about the Netherlands. They made it into the final. So I understand why this song was a little shoved aside, but then again, like some other songs that I didn't think deserved to be in the finals were also in the first semifinal and got into the finals over this song. Like, I would easily have taken out Albania to put Azerbaijan in the finals. At least that. So yeah, I don't get why this song wasn't in the finals, but Eurovision does what the Eurovision does. Now, do I put this in the top 10 or in the 8 points? I think it's in the 8 points, but it's better than Australia. Wow, the 8 points category is really stacking up at the moment. And I think it's going to continue to do so because Who would have thought we went from Azerbaijan to Armenia with Survivor by Parg? Usually it's not. Usually you're kind of used to hearing these two countries under a different context, but yeah, I that was that was the PR team telling me to shut up. I love the song. I love this song a lot. And it's one of the songs that I'm so happy made it into the finals. I cannot for the life of me remember how many points it got, but I think it was somewhere down the middle. But it was a really enjoyable song. I loved it. I loved it a lot, and it's one of the songs that I would listen to regularly even after Eurovision is over. But yeah, moving back into the layout that I forgot to put up again. I think it's not as good enough to be in the 10 points, but it's definitely a solid 8 points for me, right above Azerbaijanistan. These two can fight it out all they like. Probably shouldn't have said that. Probably said too much. But moving on, we to Lithuania with Tavoakis by Catharsis. It's another meh song for me. It's another one of those boring songs this year. I really did not gravitate to a lot of the songs this year. And I'm sorry, but these are just my thoughts. These are my opinions. They're not yours. They are how I feel about these songs, and I feel this song was boring. Was it more boring than Portugal and Ukraine? Maybe not. I honestly don't know where to put it anymore. I mean, it's definitely better than Austria in my opinion, but it was not good for me. And then of course there's Gaia by I am not going to pronounce that. Screw this. I'm not going to try and say that. But yeah, Poland, the Polish singer with the song Gaia. I don't know what to tell you. It's been one of the more disappointing Eurovisions of all time this year. Like, clearly, you look at my tier list right here. The highs were extremely high, but the lows were incredibly low. Um, I think this is another one that goes into the 0 points for me, but it was better than most of these songs. So I'm gonna put this above Denmark. Like, you know what? I'll give them. I'll give her that. I mean, she had an incredible live stage performance. Like, she knocked it out of the park for as much as she could. So for that reason alone, I'm gonna put this in the 8 points. And thinking about it even more, it was better than Latvia. I'll say this. I mean, it doesn't deserve to be in the 0 points, but at least better than. But I mean, at least close to the bottom of the 8 points tier. Moving on to Ich komme by Erika Wickman. I mean, Finland! That's all I'm going to say. Finland always puts on a show. They always put on a show. Do I like the show this year? It's okay. It's all right. It's fine. She was riding a microphone and doing some other stuff to a different microphone. I'm not going to comment too much. This is a family friendly show. This is a family friendly show. I definitely think it was better than Italy, but I mean I can't go put it too high. Too high. That's just the way I think. This song was yeah right. La poupée monte le son. Na 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 la 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 la. So yeah, Luxembourg coming back again after returning to the competition after about a 30-year hiatus with the song La Poupée monte le son by Laura Thorne. I hope I said that correctly. This is why I don't like to say the names of the artist too much. I love this song. I love this song. Absolutely love it. It's one of the songs I went back and re-listened to on the playlist multiple times. I love it. I love the performance. I love the costuming, the stage directions, the choreography. Everything about the song is great for me. The obviously the costume change mid song really took me by surprise by how different the costume change was from the costume that she entered with. Overall, I'd say this is another 10 points for me. Where do I put it on the 10 points scale? Mm, above Ireland, for sure. On a good day, maybe even above Iceland. But for now, at this moment, for me, it's between Iceland and Ireland. Really splitting the difference between these two. And moving on to How Much Time Do We Have Left by Klemen from Slovenia. This is another country that I think should have been in the finals. I mean, the backstory. I mean, it pretty much says it all. And plus, I mean, it's a freaking love story. It's a love song. It's an emotional ballad. I don't I don't think the fact that he was singing upside down half the song did the song any favors, but I mean the staging of his wife coming on stage in mid song for for the finish. I mean, it was just it's one of those stories you just hear and just cannot believe that something like this actually happened. And you want this guy to succeed. You want this guy to do well. You want him to win, but he didn't even qualify to the finals, which is sad. It's a very tragic thing. But I mean, he is a winner in my heart, and it's a good song. I'm sticking to it. It's a really fun song. It's, well, not fun, but it's a very well written song and very well performed song. And of course, I mean, there's obviously the music video and the inseparable part that is, of course, the story behind the song. It's a 10 points for me, and I'm gonna put it above the Netherlands. That I mean, this is pretty high praise in my opinion for me, for the Slovenian song this year, which again I thought should have qualified for the final. I don't think it should have won, because clearly you know what my number one is, but I think it should have definitely qualified. Mi amore, mi amore, espresso macchiato, 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 por favore, por favore. Ah, yes, Estonia, third place. By the way, third place with almost no points from the jury, by the way. Like, I talked about this earlier about how Sweden only got one, douze points from the jury. Estonia got none of those and still outranks Sweden. Discuss. Like, they got some points from the jury, but none of the 12 pointers, which was shocking to me because it's an amazing song. I love it. I love it. It's a great song. It was one of those ones that was a shoo-in for the finale. Maybe could have won if the jury didn't suck balls. Anyway, yeah, so Espresso Macchiato. I love this song. I love Tommy Cash and everything that he did in the music video, everything that he did on the live stage performance. The part where the fangirl hops onto the stage and dances with him. Could have done without that. I don't get where that was coming from, but I mean, it justifies him walking around with the squad of security guards for some reason. But yeah, I mean, this song became a sensation. It was a phenomenon that I'm glad it made it all the way to the finals, and I'm glad even more so that it made it into the top three. So I think it should be my top three. Do I like it better than the San Marinos? Yeah, I think so, yep. This is my number 2 song. Espresso macchiato. Por favore. love this song. This is one of those songs that's gonna be stuck in my head for years now. A song that isn't gonna be stuck in my head for a while is the song from France or France, Maman. Yes, this time I actually said this correctly. I said Maman, I think, from the reaction. Anyway, it pulls on the heartstrings. It's an emotional song. It's an emotional ballad, and again, the backstory behind this, and like the emotions. And she also cried on live stage, and it was one of the few songs this year that actually made me tear up watching them on the live stage performance. And I definitely think she should have gotten a higher ranking than she did. She got a bunch of points from the jury, but almost no points from the audience, which is unfortunate for her. But like I said, for a lot of these, she's a winner in my opinion. Um, do I put her song in the 10 points range or in the 8 points range? You know what? With all the I can't see this going higher than Armenia, in my opinion. And I'm even struggling putting this above Azerbaijan. But I mean, I think this is a very nice positioning for it for the time being. We're almost done here. We're almost done. Miriana Conte from Malta. Do re mi fa sa sa serving. It's a fun song. It's ridiculous. It's stupid. And the live stage, whatever the hell that was, this is what you're expecting when you're seeing a Eurovision song. This is a song that most people flock to Eurovision to see. And it worked. And I love the fact that she, again, the backstory that she integrated her car crash into the music video. I thought that was a hilarious form of self humor, which is important. We like the self humor where I come from. But yeah, I don't think it's a 10 points for me. But I did enjoy it. I enjoyed it a lot. I loved singing to it on the playlist whenever I re-listen to the song. Obviously, I I'm singing these songs only when I'm alone on my own, so no one has to bear the horrendousness of my singing voice. And look, even she's giving me the shush in this picture. But I think it's above Australia and below Azerbaijanistan. Again, if you didn't get the reference, that's on you. Two more. Este. Oh no, I'm gonna butcher this again. Esteromata by Claudia from Greece. I'm sorry. I apologize if I mispronounced the name of the song, of the singer. At least I didn't mispronounce the name of the country. Mostly. But yeah, song's alright. That's nah. It's a meh song. Like I didn't quite get what the song was aiming for. Uh, yeah, I mean, it wasn't for me. I mean, it wasn't for me. It was one of the songs that I was shocked made it into the finals. I believe it was in the second semifinal. I do not get how it made it into the final, especially over some of the other songs. I think it was actually in the same semifinal that Australia was in. I would have preferred seeing Australia in the finals over this song. I mean, it's not bad, it's not terrible, just not for me. I'm sorry, but it's better than most of these songs in the 0 points. But yeah, I still think Denmark has a slight edge over it. And now we're on to the final song from Georgia, Freedom! And by the way, this song is the only one that I could not find the cover picture for, so I just pulled an image of the artist from Wikipedia, from Google Images, sorry. Now, full disclosure, full transparency here, my boss at work is Georgian, so yeah, just wanted to let you know my employment could be on the line here. Having said that, I didn't. I have no problem with this song not making it into the finals. That's all I'm gonna say. The song is kind of split into two halves, and I liked the first half of the music video, not so much the second. And for the live stage performance, I actually preferred the second half better than the first. So, in a way, I liked the full song, but not necessarily in that order. I loved the traditional costumes and traditional dance. Shame there wasn't that much of it in both the music video or the live stage. But overall, I mean, as beautiful and as lovely as the artist is, and she's got an amazing voice, the song just wasn't really there for me. And I cannot really put it any higher than the 0 points range. But I would put it slightly above Grease. Because again, I still like the costumes. I don't think the Grease live stage performance had great costumes. I don't even think I remember um, much about the Greek performance on the live stage. So that's that, and that's all she wrote. Let me just see if I can full screen it. Yes. Hopefully you can still hear me. So this is my list. Obviously, all these songs being in the middling tiers, with Sweden being at the number one, at the top. Barabarabastu. And yes, this is my ranking for Eurovision 2025. Hopefully, next year will be slightly less controversial. Hopefully, I mean, I said that last year, and look where we are now. But yeah, hopefully, also the songs will be better next year, and I will enjoy them a lot more than I did this year. Who knows? Only time will tell. But yeah, hopefully you enjoyed Eurovision. Let me know what you think about all these songs. Let me know how you would rank these songs, and correct me for any of the mistakes that I made during this video. But again, just be civil in the comments, because hurtful and disrespecting comments will be deleted. That is all I'm going to say for now. So yeah, hopefully you've enjoyed Eurovision this year, and I'll see you next year for the next Eurovision. Goodbye for now.